How's it going, everyone? Today we're gonna build a stand, so to speak, for our Pachinko, so we can set it on the counter and play it without it flipping over. We'll back you up just a hair. And so we need to stabilize it a little bit. Now with these two Pachinkos, I got one leg. You know, that fits just like so. And that gives you your two legs, you know, basically, and stabilizes it so you can set it on a counter and play. But that's the only one I got, so we're not going to use it. We are going to use what used to be a tree. Okay, I've been kind of pondering over this. I'm going to make it 12 inches so it'll stick out on either side. I don't know, I think about 4 inches or so. But I don't want to screw it to the side, and I don't want to screw it to the bottom and just have a flat, you know, which, you know, would be okay, but we're going to try something a little different here and see if we can't, yeah, I'll sit under there, see if we can't make it look a little better than just two flat boards screwed to the bottom of it. What I'm thinking of doing is notching this on either side here. Notching it, cutting it down to, there's about 7/8 of an inch left underneath, because I have a nice piece of rough cut that we can put on the bottom, like so. Put him on the bottom, glue that and screw that all together, and that way we have two little stanchions sticking out here. And out in the front, what we could do is kind of round this off a little bit, kind of make it like a foot. So it, you know, so it looks good, and then we'll stain it and clear coat it like we have the cabinet. I used, I think it's a dark mahogany is what I used on it. I didn't turn the camera on because it only took me about 15 minutes to sand it a little bit, and then throw some stain on it, and then let it set up, and threw some satin clear coat on it. So that's what we're going to do. The same thing with here, so we can kind of match it up so it looks a little bit better. So what we're going to do is get started here. I think I'll get the, we're going to cut these down to 12 inches. Then we're going to notch it and see if we can get it to fit down on there really nice. Then in the back here, what I'm thinking, we'll see once we get that far along, about putting in a brace. Cut it out of wood, nice little triangle, stick him right down in there, and then we can screw it down, glue it and screw it to the holder, and then just put a screw in the top here so it kind of stabilizes it a little bit more, and it doesn't want to have a tendency to want to rock back and forth in our notch. So I'm going to get you set up, and we're going to get started on cutting this up and seeing what we can do. Okay, start with, we need two 12s out of this. Now let's see, I think it's... Alright, let's get this centered. So we're at 1 3/4. So 1 3/4, or 3 3/4. 1.5 is 3. So, and 3/8 is 3/4. Oh, I barely see that. I can see it. We know we're 12, so 6. I'll line those 2 marks up. That's our notch. And we want that piece of rough cut that I'm going to use on the bottom is 7/8. So we want to come up 7/8 of an inch. There. Mark it there. 7/8. That's what we want to take out. And I'll get the other one all set up. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Is we'll that'll slide down in. Like so. This one, I couldn't use the rough cut because the bottom of this cabinet here is warped a little bit. I'll put him in like that'll strengthen the bottom, keep it from, you know, getting stupid. And then I have, we'll put these on the back side. We'll have two supports in the back. And now what I'm thinking is I'm not a real fan of that. Of just seeing that board underneath. I thought about cutting another 1/18 3/4 and putting it in like that so the whole thing will just kind of sit right down inside there. And if we really want to get fancy schmancy, you can trim it out. But I do like the slanted front there. And kind of, you know, it doesn't look all boxy. And I looked at it and I don't know, kind of thought, yeah, now you're getting a little too elaborate, I guess. And then you have this hole up here that you got to do something with. And yeah, I do have enough glue on that I could cap it and wrap it down, and then trim it. And that would cover up this raw edge. Got a little oil or something on that piece. I'll have to see if I have another one. And cut most of it off. Yeah. Alright. We're that far. I need to cut another 1/18 3/4 to go on the face. Alright, so let me cut that and we'll put that in and see how it is going to look, you know, with it all the way across. Then, like I said, I don't know, we may wrap it and we'll see. Not there yet. Alright, so we'll put, this will go in the front. Like that. Still kind of liking putting that piece of trim on the front. And I'm also liking that. I don't know how good I can rip that real small one down. table saw. Here, huh? We have to make do with what we have. I don't know, I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to rip this down and we're going to put it. The only thing I'm not really thrilled about is we're going to have a raw edge. It's not going to be real. Too bad that trim wasn't wider. Or do we just leave it like that? I mean, it'll look good stained. Yeah, I don't know. I'll bring you back when I make a decision. Okay, I'm getting everything mocked up. So, and then if everything looks okay, which that isn't because I missed. If everything looks good, then we'll take it apart and sand it and stain it. Oop, it's a little too big. Good thing I have plenty of drills. That one will have to fill. Somebody had their head up their tuchus. Okay, now these back pieces. Let's see, where's my little... See if we can do this without splitting it. And the one we put in the cabinet, we will wait and put that in at the end. Okay, let's get some of this stuff. Let me do the other side. I got the other side to do yet on the little piece. I know you can't see. But you can hear it. You can hear what I'm doing. Come on. Being a little difficult on an angle. Okay, there. And I still think I'm gonna like doing that. I don't think I'm gonna like covering this. I think I'm gonna leave those at that raw edge. We'll get her sanded down and it'll look good. This we'll put on afterwards. We'll put a couple finishing nails down in there. Alright, now we should be able to ooh, it's good that it's tight. And put 2 screws in the back there, and that'll keep it from walking back and forth. So what do you think? Let me get you down and get rid of that little bit of a cloud. I think so. Gonna look pretty good stained up too. Like I said, I think I'm definitely gonna like that little piece of trim down there too. Okay, now let's tear it apart, sand everything and stain it, and we can reassemble. Well, let's put some color to it. I told you I was using mahogany, but this is a canyon brown is what I put on the box. So we are going to use the same thing. Don't get it on your fingers. Ew. This trim's going to be a little darker than the rest of it. Just because it's a darker. I always use these disposable brushes, especially on stain. That's the back. Nobody's going to see it, but well, I didn't even sand it. Probably too high, huh? Let's see, the inside here will be seen. This won't, unless you climb around the back. So it's yep, we had some snow. Potential spam. Now let's put some clear, put some satin on it. Gotta make it look all nice and pretty. I don't really have to do in here, but I stained it so you can't see my goof. So it kind of blends in. Sucking it right up. Alright, we got everything all stained up, and I think now we can get this put together. And see how it's going to work out. All right, now let's what do you think? Not too bad, huh? Just throw something together pretty quick. Looks like I need to tighten. Okay, let me go get a couple finishing nails and we can get this finished up. Alright, let's see if we can get this put down into where it belongs. I'm batting 1,000 here, folks. Now, I need... Thought I had enough room. Maybe not. Nope, we're touching. Well, yeah, sure. I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to have to put it on the other, on my card table over here, so we can stand it up. Okay, I'll bring you right back. Okay, now I gotta, yep, gotta unlock it, open up the main. I can get in there and put well, that makes it easier. Duh. Do you think I'm going to get in your way? Let's set you over there. Okay, you get the idea. I'll get those two nuts tightened up and we'll be ready to set it down in our bracket. Alright. Got it put together, and of course, I wasn't sure how it went. There. think that was the only one. Yeah, the only ball I had in there. Now on the back of these, there's a spot that I noticed when I was messing around with it. So you can run them all down to the bottom. And you can't play because there's no balls up in the hopper. So if I pull it down, see, those ones drop down. I see I got a couple of pins that are misaligned. Because we've got a ball stuck right there in our pins. But, you know, if I pull down on the rod back there, it lets the balls in. And those fall right down in the back. It's kind of like your drain, like it drained. Alright, I'm going to do some adjustments and make sure everything's okay in here. Let's we can open that up. You can see which ones need adjusted, which is that one right there. This one right there, and that one right there. Come on, give me that. That's better. I need to put a little pan on the back so I can catch. Don't mind me. I'm just kind of fumbling around till I get used to what this is supposed to do. Still sticking. That's better. And now it sticks there too. So we can, going to be a lot of adjustments that I'll have to be making. It's like the balls are like the balls are a little too big. Let's take 11 millimeter. Alright, I will mess around with this and probably do some adjustments on it, and I'll see what I can come up with.